हेलो फ्रेंड्स, हाउ आर यू। मैं आप सबके लायक नया वीडियो। This is the latest book which I am going to read. Happy birthday, Geronimo. I woke up to a chilly spring Saturday morning outside my window. The wind blew, whooshing off hats from rodents scampering along the streets of New Mouse City, that bustling city where I am sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Stilton, Geronimo Stilton. I run a newspaper called the Rodent Gazette, the most famous newspaper on Mouse Island. I had woken up in a mouse-terrific mood because it was my birthday. I quickly got ready for the day as I sang a happy tune. Oh, what a beautiful morn! Today is the day I was born. Today will be breezy and pleasant and cheesy. And I am happy to say that today is my birthday. I started off with a shower. I stepped inside the stall, lathered myself with Gonzalo scented soap, favorite fragrance for us students, but the soap got in my eyes. Yikes! The bubbles stung my eyes, and I didn't see the bar of soap on the floor. I am such a klutz. So I slipped and crashed on my tail. Holy cheese that hurt. This kind of things always happens to me. A nice cheesy breakfast will make me feel better, I said. I fixed myself a tasty meal of cheese, toast, and a yummy cup of hot chocolate. But because I was already late, I guzzled the hot chocolate all in one gulp and burned my tongue. Ugh, I am such a klutz. But I did not let my aching tongue dampen my spirit. After all, it was my birthday, so I put on my jacket, knotted my tie, opened the door, and left for work. A cheesy breakfast. The strange bamboozle family. With my belly full of cheesy birthday breakfast, I stepped out into the sunny morning. I was running late and I had to move my tail. I was about to cross the street when I saw an enormous moving van. A strange family climbed out. How strange were they? They were strange, very strange, in fact very, very strange. They each wore a yellow lab coat like Sandy's, but underneath they wore very colorful clothes. The oldest rodent had grey hair gathered up in a bun. She was barking at the three younger rodents. Listen to me, Bettina Bamboos. Your aunt and I are in charge of this family. She wore three keys around her neck and she carried a big pink handbag locked with three big padlocks. I gathered from what Bettina had said that the three young rodents were her nephews. They noticed me and began introducing themselves. Good morning, I am Balsino Bambulzi, said the first. A red comb was tucked into his lab coat pocket. Balancio took the comb out of his pocket and ran it through his shiny, well-oiled fur. Then he did a backflip. Hello, neighbor, Balancio said. I am Botan Bamboozle, said the second nephew curiously. He wore a magician's hat and white gloves with his lab coat. He waved his wand at me. Hocus pocus, greetings, neighbor. And I am Bobo Bamboozle, said the third nephew. He wore a clown's jacket under his lab coat. He wore a clown's jacket under his lab coat and a funny little straw hat on his head. He booped a giant plastic hammer on the ground, and it made a squeaky noise. Hee hee hee. Howdy, neighbor. I was going to say, good morning, my name is Geronimo Student. Welcome to the neighbor. But my tongue was still swollen from this scalding hot cocoa. So instead, I whimpered, mm, What did you say, marble mouth? Bobo asked. I turned red with embarrassment, but Bettina kindly smiled at me and held out her paw. Hello, you must be Mr. Siren, she said. I nodded. How nice to meet the editor of the Rodent Gazette, she said. I politely shook her paw and wanted to say, pleased to meet you. I hope you will be happy here. But instead I whispered, she smiled and nodded to the movers. These rodents are working so hard, she said. I must give them a nice big tip when they are done. Mr. Stilton, can you help me? Bettina Bamboozle unlocked the three padlocks of her enormous handbag. Click, click, click. She threw open the handbag and took out a bill. I have no small bills to tip the movers with. Can you help me, Mr. Stilton? Benson speak up. Auntie, I think I have. Quite. Quite. She shouted. Only your aunt is allowed to think. And then she bobbed his head with her enormous handbag. Bonk. She turned back to me and smiled sweetly. Can you give me some small bills for this larger one? She asked again. Partly because I wanted to be nice to my new neighbors, and partly because I didn't want to be bonked on the head with that enormous handbag. I agreed. Truly. I replied, translation, certainly, madam, gladly. She handed me the money and I changed it with smaller bills. I tucked the bill into my pocket. I had so many questions about this strange family. I couldn't ask them because they couldn't understand me. Then Balsina startled me by taking a glass bottle from his pocket and thrusting it at my whisker. Mr. Sitton, because you are our neighbor, we will now offer you free a charge a taste of our BBB. He said, bamboozle bubbly beverage, produced and bottled exclusive by our family. Before I could squeak, he flipped and stood on one paw. With the other paw, he poured a spoonful of BBB into my mouth. The BBB was a green liquid that tasted worse than anything I had ever consumed. It smelled as if garlic, onion, cabbage, broccoli, rotten eggs, and fermented cheese had been brewed in a dirty sock. When it landed in my stomach, I could feel it sloshing around. Ugh! The neighborhood mosquitoes seemed to like it. They swarmed around the beverage bottle. Bobo Bambos bonked me on the tail with his big rubber hammer, snorting, this will help you digest the bamboo's bubbly beverage. Hee hee hee. My wallet flew out of my pocket. When I got to my feet, Burton handed it to me. Here you go, neighbor, he said. Hmm. I replied because my tongue was still hurting. Translation, thanks. Mrs. Bamble stuck the gift inside my pocket, a tiny corked bottle containing thick green liquid in capital letters. The label read Bamboozle Bubbly Beverage, a remedy for every mouse malady. I muttered translation goodbye. Then I quickly scampered away. My odd neighbors were making me very uncomfortable. I was already very super mega extra late. As I scurried away, my tummy began to rumble. Glub glub glub. A very suspicious bill. I was glad to have an excuse to get away from the bamboozles. The news waits for no mouse. On my way to the Rodents Gazette, I stopped at the newsstand to buy the paper like I do every day. It's good for business. I took a bill from my pocket and handed it to the vendor. This bill looks very suspicious. Where did you get it, Mr. Sultan? He asked, holding it up in the air to get a better look. In translation, I am not sure. I kept the bill, left the paper, and ran away. I was in a terrible hurry to find something that would soothe my stomach. I was wondering what could have made me so sick I didn't even stop to think about what the vendor said about the money. My tummy rumbled again, glub glub glub. I decided that a cup of warm tea might help me feel better. I rushed over to the cafe and ordered a chamomile tea, but when I paid, Simon Sekipos squinted at the bill. This bill looks very suspicious. Where did you get it, Mr. Seaton? He asked. In translation, I am not sure. Glub glub glub. I scurried away with my tummy rumbling. Now I was really late. Even so, I had to stop at the pharmacy because I was getting a headache. But when I tried to pay, the pharmacist questioned me. This bill looks very suspicious. Where did you get it, Mr. Chilton? She asked me. Again, I replied, I am not sure. Now I hightailed it to the office of the Wooden Gazettes. There I work. My tummy kept rumbling. Glub glub glub. I felt queasy. I felt crummy. I needed a as soon as I needed a restroom. As soon as I got to my office, I scurried toward the bathroom as if I were being chased by a hungry cat. My co-workers ran after me, but I locked myself in. Someone knocked on the door. Geronimo, we are getting ready for a special edition of the Rodents Gazette. We have breaking news on a story that is very sad. We need a reporter with a nose for investigation to jump on the story. Can you do it? My tongue finally seemed to be back to normal. Please ask my sister, Thea, to write the article. I yelled through the door. Thanks. I'm a bit busy. I was not feeling very well.